In this video we're going to look at factorising non-unitary trinomials. So we've looked previously at unitary trinomials where we have had 1x squared. Here we're going to look at when we have 2x squared, 3x squared, 8x squared. In this video we're going to keep all the terms in our trinomial positive, so we don't need to worry about negatives yet. We're going to save that for another day. Now, what we're going to do with this first one is we're going to set up a little grid. So I'm going to have a 2 by 2 grid. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and unmultiply out the brackets. I know my 2x squared would appear here in my brackets. And I know my positive 5 would appear there in my brackets. Now, I know the two terms that would go here would need to add up to give me 11x. So I know I'm going to have some x's down here, and I'm going to have some x's up here. Now, I need to decide how many x's go in each of those yellow boxes. What we've seen in the past is we have seen that the two boxes I've highlighted in yellow here will multiply together to give me the same answer as these two boxes here. So if I multiply 2x squared by 5, I'm going to get 10x squared. So I need to be thinking of pairs of numbers that will multiply to give me 10 and add up to give me 11. So I can list my factor pairs for 10. I could have 1 and 10, or I could have 2 and 5. 1 plus 10 will give me this 11. So it means I can fill in my grid. I'm going to put 1x here, and I'm going to put 10x there. I could, if I wanted, have put 1x here and 10x there, and it would have made no difference at all. Now that I've filled in my grid, I can start pulling out common factors to the side here to figure out what my brackets are. So looking along the top here, I've got a 2 and a 1. So I've got no number common factor I can take out. However, I've got an x squared and an x. So I can take out a common factor of a single x. I can now fill in the top here. X times x would give me x squared. However, I don't have x squared. I've got 2x squared. So I'll need to pop a 2 in there. X times 2x will give me 2x squared. Here, I've got 1x. So I'm going to have x times 1. Now, if I look along the bottom here, I can see both of these have got a common factor of 5. And let's just check. 2x times the 5 will indeed give me this 10x. My final box, I've got a 5. 5 times my 1 gives me that 5. So this grid is 100% accurate. It means my trinomial back here can get factorised to 2x positive 1, 2x plus 1 times x positive 5, x plus 5. The next one, so again, another trinomial, all three terms are positive. I'm just going to go ahead and set up my grid. So I'm going to have my 3x squared here. I'm going to have my positive 6 here. And I'm going to have some x's here and here. Remember, these two are going to add up to give me 19x. They also, these two boxes, need to multiply together to give me the same product as these two boxes. So 3x squared times 6 is going to give me 18x squared. So I need to consider my factors of 18. 1 and 18, 2 and 9, 3 and 6. So one of these pairs has to go in here. They need to add together to give me 19. So I'm going to be using 1 and 18. 1x, 18x. I could put the 18 and the 1 the other way around. All that will happen there is the results on the sides would be swapped. So, looking along this top line here, try and identify a common factor. 3 and 1, there's no number common factor can come out. X squared and x. So they have got an x in common. This x will allow me to fill in what's on the top here. X times 3x will give me that 3x squared there. X times 1. X times 1 will give me that 1x. Down the bottom here, looking at these two terms, I can see there's a 6 in common. But let's just check. 3x will go into this 6 times. 6 times 3x does indeed give me 18x. Quick check with this last one. 6 ones are indeed 6. So I've got my two factors. This trinomial will factorise into two brackets. 3x positive 1, 3x plus 1, and x positive 6, x plus 6. Last one, so again exactly the same. 3 terms, all positive, 8x squared plus 6x plus 1. So I can fill in my grid. My 8x squared would have to go there. My positive 1 would have to go there. And then these two boxes here are going to need to add up to give me 6x, and will multiply to give me the same product as these two. So 8x squared times 1 is 8x squared. List your factors. 2 and 4. 3 doesn't work and 4 is already there, so I've listed all my factors. 1 and 8 will not add up to give me 6. 2 and 4 will add up to give me 6. So I am going to have 2 x's and 4 x's. Again, these two boxes could be the other way around if I so wished. I can start pulling out common factors. I'm going to pull out common factors here to begin with, though you could just as easily start pulling out factors there. 8x and 4x. Both of these have got a 4 in common. Both of these are divisible by 4. So we've got a factor of 4. They're also divisible by x. They've got an x in common. Common factor of x. This will allow me to fill in the top. Right, 4 times 2 will give me that 8. X times another x will give me the x squared. I've got 4x here, so I've got one lot of 4x. bottom, 2x will go into this 2x one time. 1 times 2x will give me this 2x. And the last box, I can do a quick check there. 1 times 1, yep, that's 1. So I know my grid is completely correct. So along the top, I've got 2x positive 1. So this will factorise to 2x positive 1. Down the other side, I've got 4x positive 1. So 4x plus 1. So the key things to remember here. You know where these two terms should go in your grid every single time. You know these two boxes are going to give you this middle term. And then we've got the fact that the product of these two boxes will be the same as the product of these two boxes. And that can help you pick the numbers that actually go in there. Right, the task I've left for you is on the next page. You should have this worksheet, exercise 1, and it's just a selection of these different questions. So as I did on the previous slide, set up a grid, think about what your factors are going to be. So here you'll be thinking about factors of 10. Here you'll be thinking about factors of 30, factors of 20, and so on. The numbers get a bit more awkward towards the bottom, but just do your best with it.